Okay, well, since the related arts team seems to be maybe a little bit more flexible and willing to accept new things than maybe other teams, I thought I would create a class. I actually have 6 classes, one for each of my classes that I'm teaching at Maxwell. I created a rats class, and I'm going to put in videos of how to use the Google apps. And the first one here is kind of like what Ashley showed us with the Google Drive, but I wanted to show you how I've been using Google Forms. So you go to New, and you have the Google Docs, which is like Word, Google Sheets, which is like Excel, and Google Slides, which is like PowerPoint. I don't actually use any of those. But if you click on More and you have Forms, this is what I've been writing my quizzes with. And the cool thing is the kids can take it without me, and their responses are all put in the same place. You can actually have it graded without you actually grading it too. Okay, so when you click on that, you choose your title and your theme. I'm just going to go with this one over here and click OK. At the top, this is always checked that it requires a Greenfield Central Community School Corporation login. I actually want to collect their 5-digit username as well. And you could put a progress bar at the bottom if you wanted to, but mine are all really short. So the form, I'm going to call this Fairy Tales Quiz. Okay. And the first it says the question title, but I just put the question in there. The first one is going to be what's your last name? Okay. And your question type, you got text, paragraph text. I don't know what the difference is. Probably this one comes in a paragraph. Multiple choice, checkbox. Well, obviously for their name, I'm just going to put text. Okay. And they'll put in their answer. Done with that. Okay. I'm going to add the next item or question. I'm going to say first name. I'm going to also make that a text one. Done. Okay. So now I actually have 2 questions. I'm going to add my next question, which is how many mice were blind? Okay, were blind. All right, I'm going to make this be a multiple choice. Okay, and your first choice is going to be 4. My next choice is going to be 7. Next choice is going to be 3. And the next choice is going to be ridiculous. 16. Okay, and I'm done with that question. Okay, I'm going to add one more question and say, how many dwarfs did Snow White have? All right, and just to show the difference here, I'm going to put checkboxes. So I'm going to put 5 Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. 7, 8, and 12. Done. Okay, now let's say I'm done. You can show a link to submit another response. I don't exactly know what all of these are. I'm going to send the form. Okay, now when I send, it's called Fairy Tale Quiz. When I send the form, the next thing is, how do I get this to students? You would think that we would be able to share it via email if they all have an email account now, but that's not set up. So eventually I think we could just like click for our like groups, like have a group of all the email addresses of all the kids in that class. That's not set up yet. So I'm just going to click here. With it turned blue, you can copy that. So I'm going to hold down the CTRL, the control button, and hit C for copy. All right. And I'm basically done with this. And I'm going to go to, this is the more difficult way to do this, by the way, is it'd be very easy just to make an assignment in Classroom, but I haven't shown you Classroom yet. So I'm going to go to the Related Arts page, and this is my page, and I go to Pages, All Pages, and I can do this for you. If you create one and you send me that link, I can do this for you. So we're just going to go, okay, Fairy Tales Quiz. Going to select that and make it into a link. What is the link? Well, I copied it, so I'll go Control V to paste in. That's the link to the quiz. Add the link and hit update. And it is done, and there's the quiz right there. So now I can get rid of my WordPress. And notice right here in Google, it created a Fairy Tales quiz document and a Fairy Tales quiz responses. There aren't any responses in that yet because no one's taken it yet. Okay, so if I go to, I think I have to way over here. If you tell your kids, okay, go to my page on the school website, there's the quiz. So I'm going to put in, make somebody up. Wilson, Penny. How many mice were blind? Well, she's going to get it right. She's going to say 3. And how many dwarfs did Snow White have? 7. And she's going to click Submit. Your responses have been recorded. Now we'll go back to Drive. And in our Fairy Tale quiz responses, if we open that, here is, it thinks it has my username, but you know that it was Wilson, Penny. She said that there were 3 blind mice and 7 dwarfs, okay, which is actually the correct answer. Now you can actually, I won't include it in this video, but there's an add-on that you can do called Flubaroo, and you can grade this assignment. Maybe I will go ahead and do that. And it's going to say there must be at least 2 submissions to perform grading. Okay, well, we'll do that. But Flubaroo will grade it, and you can tell it, okay, this question is going to be worth this number of points, and this question is going to be worth this number of points. And so you can give a quiz without actually going to the copier and making it and taking class time. Well, you have to take class time, and then it'll grade it for you, and it'll just say, okay, got this many right. Okay, so that is how you can use a Google form to make a quiz. And really, kids can do this in 10 minutes if you just sign up for the computer lab for 10 minutes, and they'll be done.